Hello and good evening. It's time for another Halloween story. Tonight's going to be coming from you from Inside Out with Riley's Haunted Halloween. It was fall in San Francisco and everyone was looking forward to Halloween. Everyone, that is, except Riley. She was finding it hard to get into the Halloween spirit. It would be her first trick-or-treat without her friends from Minnesota. One morning at breakfast, Riley told her parents she would be sitting out Halloween this year. I'm getting a little old for trick-or-treating. Anyways, she said. Inside headquarters, Angry was fuming. Why is she skipping Halloween? We love Halloween. Whose bright idea is this, anyways? Take a chill pill, Disgust said. Riley is 12 now. Halloween won't be as fun without our old friends, anyways. Sadness added. They know exactly what candy Riley like. Without them, who will trade with? We'll be stuck with all the bad candy, and then we'll end up with cavities and our teeth will fall out, and everyone will make fun of us. And Joy shook her head, interrupting Sadness before she spiraled out of control. Long-term memory was packed full of happy Halloween memories. Surely they could have fun in San Francisco too. Heads up, Mom and Dad are about to talk. Whatever you think is best, Riley, Riley's dad said. But I bet there are some other new girls who will feel the same way, someone who needs a friend to hang out with. Are there any new girls in class? Hey, I bet she would like to go trick-or-treating too, Riley's mom added. Who's Faye? Angry asked. The other emotions confused. Joy turned to look at Sadness. We can't let Faye spend Halloween alone, with no friends and no candy. That sounds terrible, Sadness said. She'll probably sit by the window watching the other kids having fun without her. She'll think of her friends back home. And then she'll start crying, and then her face will get all puffy and her eyes will get red, and no one will want to look at her because all the crying will make her look so ugly. Great, Joy said, cutting off Sadness. I agree, we're doing Halloween. Now we just need to find the perfect moment to get Riley on board. Come on, guys. We can do it. That week at hockey practice, Riley laced up her skates. Faye bounded over. Hey, Riley, she said, I was thinking, and do you want to hang out on Friday, for Halloween? This girl is great, Joy said, pushing a few buttons on the controller. She just walked right up and did our job for us. Plus, she clearly understands the importance of free candy. Riley smiled. Well, I'm not sure I'm up for trick-or-treating, but would you like to check out the haunted house? Faye nodded. Sure, sounds like fun. Joy spun around. That's going to be great. The haunted house, Spears said. It won't be too scary, will it? I mean, the house won't really be haunted, right? Of course not, Joy replied. There will be candy and spooky lights and maybe a few parents dressed up as monsters and Candy and a new friend, and Candy. Did you say monsters? Fear asked. Remember say, oh, no, no, no. No, I do not like the sound of that. You'd have to meet and had me at candy, Angry said. Let's do it. The day flew by and soon it was Halloween. Faye had texted Riley to coordinate their costumes. Riley's parents had to help her pull together a few convenient pirate's outfit. Riley turned to her dad. Arm, matey. You'd best save some candy for me, or I'll have you walking the plank. She lifted her sword and threatened. Riley's dad raised his hand in surrender. Shivering me timbers. What a fearsome pirate. Have fun tonight, Riley, her mom and Riley ran out the door to meet Faye. When Riley arrived at the haunted house, she looked around. Hannah was waiting outside. She was dressed up. A hook-handed pirate. Hey, Riley, over here, Faye called, waving her shiny hook she wore over her hand. Ready to go inside, Faye looked at the other motions nervously. Sure, what would possibly go wrong in a spooky-looking house, she said, shaky voice. You sure there's no monsters, Joy? Joy leaned forward on the console. In we go, she cried happily. Riley took a deep breath and walked up the front steps. The skeleton sat on the porch, holding a sign that read, Welcome, boys and girls, ghouls. Faye laughed. So far, the scariest thing about the haunted house was the pun. Joy snorted and laughed. I like this girl, Riley laughed, and then stepped forward and opened the door. A woman dressed as a vampire greeted the girls. Welcome to my lair. Please, won't you enjoy your nice treat? The woman held out a dark box, and the girls reached inside, where what felt like eyeballs. Ew! Disgust turned away from the viewing screen. Is everyone touching those? That's not sanitary. Are those real eyeballs? Fierce stammered. Where did they come from? And they're going to take our eyeballs. Riley was pretty sure the eyeballs were just peeled grapes, and Vampire was just the lunch lady from school. But the girl still giggled and felt the eyeballs squishy with her fingers. Riley and Faye walked towards the next room. Roar! A man in a furry werewolf costume jumped out from behind the door. A werewolf, Joy. That's a monster. You guys lied to me. Run for your lives. Fear screamed, but the other emotions weren't full. They held him back. It was a man in a costume, Riley and Faye laughed, screaming as they ran into the room. The next room was a giant mirror maze. Faye and Riley practiced their most fearsome pirate poses and walked through each twisting turn. This is cool, Faye said. I love puzzles. Joy nudged Sadness. I'm getting seriously best friends by you here. Riley smiled at Faye. And one of the mirrors, hey, thanks for inviting me tonight, Riley said. I almost skipped Halloween this year. I'm really glad it came along. Oh wait, me too, Faye said. But then my parents kind of hinted that I should invite you out for Halloween. They were worried you'd spend Halloween at home. Hold on, Ingrid said. I thought we were helping her. I think we ended up helping each other, Sadness said suggestively. Ugh, you're so sappy, disgust, teasing Sadness. Does it matter? Joy said, twirling around excitedly. We just made a new best friend. Wait, my parents told me to invite you out for Halloween, Riley said. They thought you might not be doing anything either. I think we've been played, Faye said. Then she smiled. I'm having a great time. My parents do know best after all. I don't tell my mom that I said that. Riley grinned at her friend. Just then, Faye spotted something on the far wall. Ah, here's the way. Together, Riley and Faye left the maze and made their way out of the haunted house. Thank goodness we made it out, Faye cried in relief. Faye started to say goodbye but Riley stopped her. As long as we're dressed up. Anyways, want to do a little trick-or-treating? Wait, trick-or-treating? You mean we're not going home yet? We're going to go eat candy? What happened to the happy candy? Who knows what kind of monsters are out there? Pierce sputtered. Act a zombie. Joy turned to the other emotions, still feeling too old for Halloween. But all but Pierce shook their hands as Sadness said, nope, this feels just right. And that was tonight's story. I hope you enjoy. Until we see each other again tomorrow. Bye-bye.